Hey, what's up everyone? Mendel here. I hope you're all doing awesome and wonderful. So I'm very happy to announce with the release of my IR Pack Volume 2. In this video, I'm gonna dive into all of that goodness, so let's not waste any more time. Let's roll the intro and dive into this. Here we go. Alright, so let's dive into this. So I've loaded up Archetype Gojira X, which is a wonderful plugin where you can also load impulse responses. And over here you can see 25 different IRs. So this pack comes with 25 different IRs, which are pre-mixed or more so have cleaned up. So for example, the hunky mids have been a bit reduced, or the nasty cap frequencies, etc. Just so the caps are a bit more well balanced, more pleasant to the ears, and also fit better in a mix. The signal chain, I'm using my lag guitar. I have the Devin Townsend pickups plugged straight into my interface, into the plugin. I've got this third amp right here. I just added a bit of depth and cut off a bit of mids. First, I'm just gonna play some guitar by myself with an amp sim. Let's try another amp sim after this. And then we're gonna listen to these IRs or cabs in a mixing context. And this is the standard Dynamic 57 that comes with the plugin. Sounds like this. Right? And let's start with cab number, let's start with number 1. Here we go. Sounds quite beefy. There's a nice attack to it. And also has a nice chunks all around the lows. Alright, so let's try another cab. Let's try, for an example, cab number 4. Made some mistakes there, but you get the point, hopefully. This one is, in my opinion, a bit more mid-focused. It has like a nice top end to it. Let's try one more cab before we go to a different amp sim. Let's try cab number, let's try 17. Also really beefy, but a bit more brighter than, for example, cab number 4. Alright, let's try a different amp sim. Let's try some Tonex. Here I have loaded up Tonex. And from my Tonex pack, I've loaded up the direct capture called Stab Cold, which is an Stealth EL34 EVH amp, wonderful amp. And I've loaded up cab number 22, and it sounds like this. Pretty bright, pretty beefy. Dig it. Okay, let's try a different cab. This is cab 19. And let's try one more. Let's see. Let's try cab number 12. Alright, so now let's check these IRs in a mix context. Here we go. So to check these IRs in a mix context, I've loaded up a project of mine called Stab Cold. It's this song. It's done by now, but it's getting released somewhere next year. Here's my guitar DI. So I've loaded up Neural Amp Modeler with a capture of the Stealth EL34 1553S with an 808, a maximum 808 in front of it. Here we have a plugin called Cabinetron, and I've loaded up volume 2 cab number 9. So let's take a listen how this thing sounds in the mix. There is no post EQ or anything. It's just the guitars going into this cab, into this IR. So let's take a listen. So that sounds pretty heavy. Let's just go for fun, because there's this part I love, which is more like a thrash beat kind of vibe. So let's take a listen. So the tone is like really beefy, has a nice chunk to it. In my opinion, well balanced. Like, again, there's no EQ on this, so it sits fairly well in the mix if you ask me. Let's just for fun listen to the breakdown over here. nice, chunky tone. Fits well in this mix, in my opinion. And for fun, let's do cap number 2. Okay, so lastly, to demonstrate these IRs, I thought it would be a cool example to get some stuff that's like really, really low tuned. So here's a band I mixed called 12 Thorns. This song is called Exilium, which just got released. And over here we have 2 guitar tracks. I've loaded up this EVH Stealth again with an 808 in front of it, which is going into this guitar bus with Cabinetron, and I've loaded up cap number 1. Let's just start with the breakdown. Here we go. So pretty bright, pretty chunky, pretty in your face, if I might say so. For fun, let's go to the end breakdown because that sounds really cool in the song. Here we go. Let me solo, oops, that's a big reverb. Let me solo these guitars by themselves. And just for fun, let's try one more different IR. Let's, for example, try... I think cap number 3 sounds pretty chunky in this context. A bit more brighter, a bit more piercing in a pleasant way. That's what he said? Nope. Alright, there you have it. I hope you like the sound of these IRs and you give them a try. I'll put a link in the description box down below so you can check them out. And as always, thanks for watching. Cheers.